Hey guys, how's it going? Excuse me. I just have to clear this out real quick. So I want to talk about the ascension process and what that means for us, physical, mental, emotional fields. And first and foremost, I thank you for joining me today. I have been reluctant to share over the last 12 years at least, and here to share a lot with you through my channel. So I'm going to begin with this ascension process and what I have learned through my vessel. There is a lot of information out there on the internet and other people coming forward and have been coming forward with this information, but I'm going to kind of share Kierraology and what I have learned and what has been shared with me at the soul level for the last 9 years now. So first and foremost, this is our sun, okay? And the sun emits light, we know that. But there are these waves, these blasts of plasma energy, and I learned about plasma energy and consciousness, again, through meditation and when I was getting, when I was doing a lot of intuitive hands-on healing before I started Reiki, my Reiki training. So anyways, this is our sun. It's the earth. And these are the waves hitting the earth. And consciousness has been speeding up and cleansing and healing between the third dimension. I'm just going to do that. Fourth dimension. And I'm just going to do a circle for the fifth dimension. All right, so you can see, like, when I draw it like that, there are these different planes, if you will, but the earth is in the center. So the earth travels through the center of all of that, okay? As do we. We are interdimensional beings, and we're frequency, we're light, we're spectrum of light, just like the earth. So this sun, this plasma energy, I'm going to do that again, is affecting all of these densities or dimensions. And we operate as human beings through those fields if we allow. So what does that mean for us? So if you've noticed over the last, 10 years or so, even speeding up, even now over this year, it's just been crazy. It's been crazy for the collective consciousness. It's been rocky. There's been so much purging. There's been so much going on. And we are definitely being called to cleanse, heal, and clear out. And this is at the soul level, and this is in our human experience as well. So real quick, I'm going to draw a little, we're just going to do this. Oh, is that a 3? That makes a 3, right? 3. Let's see if I can write it backwards. 4. I'm not even going to try. Okay. And this is 5. Okay, I did it. Okay. So, third dimensional earth, fourth dimensional earth, fifth dimensional earth, and we're just going to keep it simple there. I'm not going to be talking about anything beyond that right now. Okay. So, time, space, matrix, and no time space matrix. That's what's fun. And this circle is going to represent our cycles. And this circle, and then the spiral out represents our freedom and our choice. Ooh, and it's infinite. We're just going to stop there. One more little drawing for you guys. Let's see, where should I go? Right here? Different color. Bioelectromagnetic field and our dust bunnies. Okay, so real quick. I want this video to be quick for you guys and not get too heady about it. One more little thing I need to draw that came into my awareness when I was about 19 years old. Maybe I was 20. Yeah, I was 21. The central sun. I learned about the central sun because this is when I learned how to move like mass amounts of consciousness. Oh, I need to turn that. Mass amounts of consciousness, and I was connecting with what's called the central sun, and it was like, and it was and is like this database center that transfers and releases consciousness, and that's affecting us. So it's relative. So I want to share that with you. And the reason why I drew this line is that's just like how I see it. So these plasmic waves are hitting the earth, okay? And it's affecting us at the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. You have the choice to continue your cycles, okay? And it's going to keep you trapped. It's going to keep you between the third and the fourth dimensional realities. Because we are interdimensional beings, we can travel, okay, with our awareness, and yes, it can be done, through these spectrums, and we're just keeping it simple, through these spectrums of densities or realities. And see how I put the earth in between that? See how she's stacked up here in between these planes? She travels too. And that is affected by our sun. And I started getting these visions when I was about 14 years old, and that'll be another video about the sun and how it would shoot these beams of light into the center of our planet, and it would affect us and more too. But again, that's a different video. But the purpose of this video today is to hopefully teach you to get on board and spiral your way out. I did that backwards. You're going to want to spiral your way out with what a lot of healers and people out there call the work. Kierraology, the work is you want to get as vulnerable as possible. You're going to want to release control. You're going to want to release your emotional patterns, your mental patterns, your grudges, your pain, your joy that keeps you stuck. Anything that doesn't serve you. If you are not putting yourself first yet and stepping into your power, you need to jump on board and put yourself into the space. Now, if you're saying, Kierra, like, oh my God, like that sounds great and all, but I really can't do that. Yes, you can. It takes complete vulnerability and honesty with yourself in order to start healing. And I'm going to healing, especially the subconscious patterns, okay, that are in keep on thinking that's the third, between the third and fourth dimensional realities, so that way you can have that data transfer into your vessel, and I'll get into that in a second. Or else you're going to keep these patterns and in the third and fourth dimensional planes, okay? So what does that mean? All these dust bunnies are being affected by these waves of light that are being emitted from our sun And the light, what I mean is consciousness, it's awareness, it's experience that we have access to individually and collectively and multidimensionally at the soul level. And what I am literally seeing is that this comes from the central sun. This data, it comes from the central sun. It hits our sun through the center, and then it ripples through our star system, and it allows the beings inhabiting spirit and soul, it allows us to choose our next evolutionary step, again at the soul level, in our human experience, in our families, the way that we connect with one another, the way that we connect with ourselves, what we have access to. And right now, I want you guys to know this is not going to slow down. So if you've been like, oh my God, what is happening to me? I'm having not only all these experiences, maybe they're supernatural, maybe like someone might think like you're crazy because you might be thinking and experiencing life that is very real and tangible in some of these higher realms. Well, I don't personally consider fourth dimension a higher realm, but let's just say fifth dimension. You're accessing fifth dimensional consciousness and higher. That is coming from the consciousness that's hitting your vibrational field. Okay, so anything that is not in alignment, which is peace and complete vulnerability and undoing in the way that it's freeing in this vibrational field. Okay, so in this vibrational field where it all kind of stacks together, okay, you're in that. You're not away from it. These dust bunnies can either be cyclical or you can spiral out of them. So how do we do that? You don't need a healer. Sometimes it helps, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't want to say healer, like you might need a soul that has been called to help the shift in consciousness, and those of us that have been called to teach or to come forth and start sharing our soul knowledge again. Like, not everything has to be taught in one lifetime. There is soul data and there is human experience from conception. So just real quick, like micro macrocosms, and taking this concept, I might have said that wrong. This when you were conceived, we start recording data at the cellular level. There's data that we have at the soul level, and that is an energy space that holds more consciousness or light than our human vibrational field. So what's happening as well, I want you to know, is that as these dust bunnies are getting broken up, and so like anything that hasn't been healed and cleared out, like your pain, traumas, anything that keeps you stuck, like let's say for example a relationship you need to let go of, you know deep within like you got to let that shit go, but you're not because it might cause pain or discomfort. You're choosing to do this. Whoop. You're in the hamster wheel. Well, you have the choice by setting yourself free. And yeah, like I drew these little dots because like these are just energy points, like when we're spiraling out of our lessons. I like the example of like somebody, even including myself, I quit smoking cigarettes 7 years ago. But when I go through energy fields of where I'm releasing the same energy or releasing the same stream of consciousness, whether it's individual or collective consciousness, I might get a trigger to smoke a cigarette or a craving. And it's like, no, like that's just an energy point that I'm moving through this spectrum, third, fourth, fifth dimensional spectrum. Okay, so what happens when we are releasing these energy points? That goes back to the central sun for processing. Okay, and what happens, and I love this so much, you see that? That little sacred geometry happening there? We start merging with our soul. And above that is the Godhead. That's kind of what I see. Or even, no identity. And even more transference and awareness and love and light. And when I say light, I mean higher awareness and consciousness can drop in. And I want you to know you have access to that. You do not have to, when we're in this spiritual community, there's so many talks of guides and angels and all these different realms, and yeah, that's fun. That's really cool stuff. At the end of the day, you have your own connection to source, to God, the universe, however you want to call it. You don't have to keep on seeking and seeking and seeking and looking for these people or deities or rituals even to bring in your soul and your conscious and the higher consciousness and awareness that you have access to. Okay? Like, there have been so many teachers that have been sent over the thousands upon thousands of years to repeat this message, and especially in the New Age and the what we are remembering at the soul level. I'm just gonna put this out there real quick. A lot of you guys are remembering old earth magic when humanity was in the third dimensional plane. We were trying to break ourselves out to upper level consciousness, and so that was the birth of a lot of our divination tools, a lot of just opening portals or vortices rather, and that also allowed more dense shit to come through. Okay, and a lot of our soul records, we experienced that. And so as you're waking up, you're like, oh, magic. Yes, yes. But let that be birthed and come through the higher planes, not the lower planes. I just got to get that out there. Because Earth is moving forward or ascending. So are you. And again, this data, this light consciousness is passing through our sun into the earth. It's affecting our physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental bodies, our energy bodies, our physical body. The last part of the slowest moving energy is our physical body. So what happens when we get blasted by this? What happens? Have you guys been getting splitting migraines or feeling really sluggish? Or for me, this last integration period, it hit me October 11th and 12th and 13th. It took me 3 days to process. And I had a fever and chills and splitting headaches, and I knew I wasn't sick. The water in my body was purging. I was doing a lot of integration, and I'm not the only one. And I'm not the only one out here, you guys, saying similar messages. So ascension symptoms. And again, this is Kierraology. Do your own research. Take what resonates. Leave what doesn't. And follow your intuition. Follow yourself. Follow your heart. Follow your path home. Integrate. Pull in more of your soul knowledge. Release yourself from here. Get yourself on an upward spiral. Okay? And you are going to know that and be able to recognize that through the heart space. Sometimes you have to break your heart open. Sometimes you have to disrupt that heart energy in order to get yourself on the upward path. I'm not going to say and pretend that the work that we are being called to do is easy and light and fluffy all the time. I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. And there are a lot of people out there that are teaching spiritual bypassing, and it's harmful because it's creating the illusion for your ego that it's not going to hurt. The earth is being birthed through these realms. That is happening to you when you are clearing out this space to make more room. Keep on breaking open. And sometimes, yeah, the revealing on the other side, it's freaking tremendous. phenomenal. But I want you to know, like, if you keep on going in your heart, you are going to create and open up that space that's naturally happening, okay? That's naturally happening from the sun into your vibrational field. And guess what's there? You see how I just turned that all the light? You have a, I mean, sorry, I'm giggling. We all have a light body. And this affects the light body of the planet and affects our light body. Okay? So our light body is integrating through our human experience into our physical body, and that is upgrading our cells, upgrading these realities. You have the choice to stay lodged into the third density, and that, I mean, that's a lot of our upbringings. We didn't, when a lot of us were birthed and brought into the human experience, we that's what we knew. But your soul is connected to infinite wisdom, infinite knowledge, infinite consciousness. Access your heart, merge it with your mind's eye, and yes, you may have to go where it's scary. You may have to break down belief systems. You may have to completely go through identity shifts. It's going to scare, it might trip your ego out. But at the end of the day, in order to spiral out and set yourself free for some of these higher realities that you have access to, you have to go through a direct line through. A direct line through. That's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for sticking around, and I will be bringing more Ascension updates. So today is the 15th. And just what I can give to you is we're doing, this is collective consciousness. So we're integrating a lot of the divine masculine through the hips, and we're getting ready to make another step forward. And all of this is like step forward, step forward, step forward. And that has a lot to do with these rays that are hitting us. Just real quick, it used to go in like steps. Oh, that's not going to be helpful. Hold on. It used to go in like steps, like stair steps. All right. Now it's just like, boom, we're on the escalator. So I wanted to, I think that's the importance and the urgency of what I wanted to share with you today was, like, you have the choice to make it challenging, or you can get on board and know, like, we're going to be getting hit not only by these solar waves and the plasma energy and what's being transmitted across time and space and how it hits our time-space matrix, but at the same time, like, for your heart and your soul and your emotional field and your mental field and your physical and your spiritual, we are integrating so much energy, and we're also leaving behind so much. So please, the more you can, go within and seek your heart and seek your higher mind. And if you feel called to work with a teacher, if you feel called to leave relationships or just anything behind and put yourself first, begin now. And if you're an energy worker and a healer and you're not practicing, I encourage you to practice. If you are an intuitive, I encourage you to bring forward your soul gifts and anything that you have to share, because the time is now for us all to come together and take an active position in creating the utopia, the place of the new earth that is here. okay? And that it takes work. It takes work inside and it takes work outside. So that's it. I could keep on rambling. You guys, thanks for sticking around. Have a good day. And again, my name is Kierra King.